So guys, the crypto markets are crashing. We are wrapping up 2024 and everyone is talking about how alt season and pretty much crypto is going to be pumping up in Q1 of 2025. Right now, the sentiment in the markets is down and everyone is, wondering what's going to be happening. I want to talk about exactly the mistakes most people are making, what exactly you should be doing if you have been investing in crypto throughout this whole 2024 crypto bull cycle, and pretty much what I've learned documenting my whole journey throughout this whole year. But overall, if you're new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. I'm an intermediate trader documenting my journey, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated on the day-to-day events of the markets, showing you guys specific indicators around Bitcoin, altcoins, just so you can understand how liquidity moves and rotations happen, as well as specific altcoins to focus on in order to make those crazy gains. At the end of the day, nothing on this channel is financial advice, but I shoot day-to-day videos keeping up with everything that goes on in the markets, the sentiment, which altcoins are popping off, and exactly the indicators you need to be focusing on. Today is going to be a different video. I want to talk about exactly the state of the markets, what everyone is focused on, what you really need to be focused on, and exactly what I've learned in this crypto 2024 crypto bull cycle, wrapping up 2024, moving into 2025. But overall, guys, let's jump into the charts and the markets and everything else. So if you're not new to the channel, you guys know that we keep up with indicators to know exactly how liquidity is moving in the market. That's going to be the total 2 chart, Bitcoin dominance, USTD dominance, as well as the ETH and Bitcoin chart, and a few other indicators that we have covered on this channel. I really recommend, guys, that you keep up with people like me as well as other crypto analysts that give you guys actual information about the day-to-day events in the crypto markets. Right now, as you guys can see, Bitcoin is crashing down significantly, sitting at around 93,000. The total 2 chart is having a slight recovery for the weekly time frame. Bitcoin dominance is also crashing slightly down, but we have been talking about how with USTD dominance, we're pretty much getting up in a specific trend forming, showing to the fact that liquidity more than likely is going to be going towards Bitcoin and USDT. At the end of the day, altcoins are taking a huge hit for the 24-hour. You can see my portfolio, everything in my portfolio mainly revolved around AI coins, guys, because moving into 2025, AI coins are going to be popping off significantly. If you guys didn't watch my newest video talking about specific AI coins that you need to be looking at, go check out that video. But overall, guys, the crypto markets are in a weird state right now. People are wondering what is going to be happening. People are gravitating towards specific sectors in the markets, which is right now AI and meme. And everyone's talking about how exactly something big is on the horizon. And, there's mixed sentiment as opposed to, what is currently going on, predictions as to what's going to be happening for altcoins. A lot of people are wondering exactly what's going to be happening, and everyone thinks this is the calm before the storm. I saw a great post from Chris Bernisk. I don't know how to say this, but anyways, he says, loving the market right now. Bitcoin is making PTSD people fear a precipice when it's already filled the liquid and fell as far as 15% from its recent highs. Quality alts are holding or putting in higher lows on a number of important time frames. Funding rate and sentiment reveals that blood has drained out of late blooming bulls' faces. Santa gave relief for a day, which we talked about how when the markets opened right before Christmas and everything was green, but now we're starting to see that crazy red in the market. Santa gave relief for a day, but didn't deliver in full. That said, given all the bullish developments of Q4 that are now masked by tinges of fear in the market, the setup is sweet for our entry in 2025. The short term is always unpredictable and volatile, but if you're a long-term investor with conviction, you should be salivating. And right now, guys, I am one of those people that is salivating. I've been talking about how I'm waiting for a crazy dip to be happening, and right now we're starting to see the crazy dip begin, and a lot of good altcoins are holding great, new high ceilings, higher lows, guys, and higher highs as well. Conducts was sitting at around 2 cents a few weeks ago. HashAI was sitting at 0.005. Destra was sitting at around 19 cents. And that's not to say that some of these coins can't keep deviating a little bit lower, especially if we start to see those specific indicators around Bitcoin dominance and USDT start to break certain validation zones that everyone is keeping up with. And right now, Chris is pretty much putting in perspective. As long as you have that long-term perspective, you are really salivating right now and getting really hyped up for the market. But that's why I'm talking about the specific, mistakes people make. A lot of people aren't aware of the specific indicators, how liquidity moves, these specific, time frames that you need to be looking at, as well as how altcoins and everything are going to be affected. That's why in the crypto markets right now, we have mixed sentiments as to what's going to be happening. Some people feel like, everything is burning down. Other people are just, completely compliant and understand that this is just part of the process. But this is where, understanding how everything moves and the day-to-day events is super important. And that's why I've been documenting my journey, showing you guys the day-to-day as well as how sentiment shifts in the market, just because everything is crazy in the markets. Another great point that a lot of people make, Virtual Bacon talked about, it says risk management is underrated. It's not just about how much you can make, it's about how much you can afford to lose. Protecting your capital should always come first. And most people, when they're jumping into the markets, they see some of these altcoins and they start making crazy gains. I was one of those people. I even have a few people that I've had jump into the crypto markets. They made crazy gains and now they want to start allocating more money into the markets. But this all comes back down to what he is saying. Risk management is underrated. Most people start to make money, they throw more money into it, they start losing money, and then at the end of the day they come out way less than what they were coming in with. And that comes from multiple things, from running up and then round tripping all your gains, from reallocating into positions that you just do not understand, and then from there you're playing with money you can't be losing, and then from there your risk management is just not good. And that's why risk management is really underrated. You really need to protect your capital, guys. It always comes first. And understanding when to take profits, understanding how liquidity moves, and pretty much the day-to-day events is going to be super important in terms of how to keep that I guess discipline within yourself. ILO made a great post, which I actually talked about this earlier in the week, and this is the one post that I want to gravitate towards as to the mistakes and what you need to be doing after going through your journey throughout 2024 and moving into 2025, so that you can make those crazy gains with altcoins. ILO says, whether you killed it or got wrecked in 2024, you should spend a few hours reviewing exactly how you did. Most traders, investors don't do it, which is exactly why you should. Here are a few key areas for an annual crypto trading / investing review. Performance metrics analysis. Calculate your total return, both percentage and absolute value. Break down performance by individual / assets, and coins. Trading strategies. Example, day trading versus long-term holds. Time periods, monthly or quarterly, to identify when you perform best / worst. Look for patterns. Compare your returns to benchmarks like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or total crypto market cap. And on this YouTube channel, guys, you can see when I started my day-to-day, vlog, showing you guys exactly what was going on in the crypto markets. And if you guys go from that first video and just watch all of the videos, you guys can see how sentiment just completely changed throughout the markets. How I was focused on gaming coins at first, and then everything started to shift into AI and memes, and then memes started to completely take over, and then from there we started to see everything shift back into utility, and all these different things. Also, whenever we saw a huge dump in the markets due to Japan's stock market, and multiple other key events that had an effect on the market. This is where you go in and see exactly where you made the crazy gains and where you missed out on a lot of potential. Risk management review. Examine your position sizing and how it affected outcomes. Likely big improvements for most in here. Review your largest losses and gains to assess if your risk management was appropriate. Evaluate how well you stuck to your stop / loss rules if you use them. And this is where a lot of people, if you start to look at your positions, a lot of people just start allocating into the markets, into positions without validation, in the hopes to make crazy gains. And as a result, you actually are digging yourself a way deeper hole. And really looking at this really shows you where you need to take a step back and actually start to take profits whenever you're actually in profit. Risk management is super key, guys. Most people get this out of hand, and that's why most people just lose out on everything. 3, strategy assessment. Document which strategies work best / worst. New shiny coins on chain versus CEX. Fundamentals versus attention versus narrative, etc. Analyze if your entry and exit criteria were effective. Review your reaction to major market events. Evaluate your diversification approach. Guys, I jumped into multiple coins, moved out of multiple coins. I remember I made a huge allocation from memes into AI, and I was wondering, was this a good decision? Was this a bad decision? I documented all of it on this YouTube channel, which was crazy. You can go watch all those YouTube videos, but overall, I made some good decisions. And looking back at those videos really shows me my perspective on the markets. What was I thinking? The validation I had based off of what was currently happening, and exactly how everything everything has happened now. So, you know, really looking at that, guys, having the day-to-day events and really seeing all of it is really key in order to really understand your strategy assessments. Now, behavioral analysis: review your trading journal if you keep one. Look for emotional patterns in your decisions. Identify any recurring mistakes or biases. Examine trades where you deviated in your strategy and why. And this is really key, guys, whenever you start to change your sentiment around specific sectors, around specific assets, due to, you know, other people's sentiment based off of how projects are doing, how people are, you know, gravitating towards projects and specific sectors. All of this is super key, guys, and understanding where you made those mistakes because you got too, you know, emotional about something, or whenever you didn't make a move because you got more emotional about it and felt like, you know, something was going to do better, and as a result you round tripped. But overall, behavioral analysis is another great one. 5, operational review: assess your choice of exchanges and tools, review fees paid and their impact on returns, evaluate your security practices, do this, check tax implications, and record keeping quality. Feel free to chuck any other suggestions in the replies, and I think there's a few more that I could throw on here. But overall, operational review is another great one, guys. Understanding exactly which tools provided you some great, you know, results, gave you the things that you needed to actually go make those crazy gains, which things are just a waste of your time, and where you can just, you know, get rid of that and deploy more of your time and more of your assets into something that actually is producing you something. At the end of the day, everyone has a different approach in terms of trying to be strategic, and everyone has a different way in finding that success. But figuring out all of these different increments in terms of how you came to that success, where you made the mistakes, where you could have been more improved, and overall exactly what is a waste of time and what is not, is going to pretty much separate you from the rest in terms of trying to make the crazy gains. But overall, guys, wiping everything to the side, this is pretty much me just giving you guys a real video talking about, you know, what I have learned throughout this 2024 crypto bull cycle. I actually want to make a full in-depth video giving you guys my top 10 picks, because I've learned so much documenting my day-to-day. There's not too many YouTubers like me shooting every single day, documenting what is going on in the markets, wrapping up the sentiment and specific indicators, and, you know, what you really need to focus on. So that's why I've been learning so much and progressing so freaking fast. But at the end of the day, this is where you have to come up with your own, you know, hypothesis, with your own sentiment, with your own opinion as to what's probably going to be happening. At first, I didn't have that, but now, after learning about indicators, learning about how certain people react to the markets, and then what they say with their tweets, and you know, exactly what I think about their perspectives, because I actually have mine now, it really starts to separate you from the rest. And being able to actually look back at your results, look back at the day-to-day videos, like how I shot those videos, and seeing how sentiment shifted, where I made the mistakes, where I, you know, made some good moves, that's really going to set you apart from the people that, you know, are just, you know, hopelessly shooting and trying to make the crazy gains. But overall, guys, I want to run back through the markets, run back through what I just said really quickly, just so you guys have an understanding of what's going on. But overall, we didn't talk too much about Bitcoin indicators around the total 2 chart, Bitcoin dominance, and USDT. We're going to jump into that in a few videos getting later into the week. But overall, guys, Bitcoin is crashing down significantly. Altcoins are also taking a hit, but everything is kind of, you know, trading sideways, especially strong coins, guys. A lot of them have made higher lows and higher highs. We talked about that, how in the crypto markets right now the sentiment is kind of all out of whack. But, you know, if you're looking at a long-term perspective, as Chris Bernsick or whatever his name is, how he talks about the market, pretty much with, you know, how everyone has PTSD around Bitcoin, exactly what's going on with the precipice, and, you know, the liquid, as well as the percentage of how Bitcoin has fell. You know, a lot of people were anticipating a huge run for altcoins, and we didn't see it at the end of 2024. But that's why, if you're a long-term investor, you're really bullish and really happy with what's going on. There's a ton of mistakes people have made. One of the biggest one is risk management, and, you know, it's really underrated, just because how much you can make, that's where people, you know, look at, but they don't really look at how much they can afford to lose. And as a result, most people are playing with money that they can't afford to lose, and when they lose it, they start to lose their mind. So protecting your capital should always come first. Ilo made a great post as to what you need to be doing in this 2024 crypto bull cycle, and it's pretty much the mistakes that you have made and how to, you know, look over it and actually get something out of it. We talk about how performance metrics analysis, looking at exactly what assets perform best and exactly which ones were doing really good based off of specific time frames. Going into risk management based off of how much money you're playing with, and, you know, if you actually took profits when you needed to, and if you're, you know, not playing with money, you should. 3, strategy assessment, exactly which coins perform best. Those altcoins, you know, was it the AI, was it the meme, did you jump into the new coins, you know, what popped off the best and exactly what was the best approach. jumping into there. Then we got behavioral analysis, just discussing exactly where the sentiment was moving, how you reacted based off of that sentiment, and exactly where you made good moves and where you didn't. And an overall 5 operational review, looking at exactly which tools and exactly what fuels your fire and what is pulling you down and what's moving you forward. Overall though, wiping everything to the side, guys, that's currently what I think you should really be focused on right now. I'm gonna make a whole nother video because I've been documenting my journey throughout all of 2024, and I'm gonna do it all throughout of 2025 and throughout the rest of my crypto journey, just because I noticed that I'm learning much more than a lot of people in the crypto markets. I'm developing my own opinion, my own hypothesis, and that's why I'm actually being able to predict some crazy things on this YouTube channel, show you guys how to learn these things with me, and overall how to navigate the markets. Right now is the time to evaluate your success, your failures, everything that has gone on in the markets, and then from there set yourself up for success in 2025. Right now, guys, it's really key to keep up with specific indicators, understand which altcoins to focus on, as well as overall when to buy, when to sell, and also everything else in between, like tax things and a whole bunch of other stuff that's going to be coming into play moving into 2025. But if you're new to my channel, go ahead and check out the rest of my content. I'm an intermediate trader documenting my journey, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated on the day-to-day events of the crypto markets, showing you guys specific indicators so you know how Bitcoin and altcoins are going to react, as well as overall my perspective on the markets, and videos like this giving you guys a perspective as on what you should be doing. And a lot of people are talking about, you need to buy this altcoin right now, you need to be doing this. Even me, I talked about specific meme coins and AI coins you need to be buying. But right now is a really important time to slow down, look at what you have done, determine how you have succeeded, and then from there move forward with all those good strategies. But if you guys are new to the channel, drop me a comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you guys think of my content and my perspective on the markets. I'm going to be dropping more content talking about specific altcoins to focus on, what I have learned documenting my whole journey throughout 2024. I also want to talk about specific things you need to be focused on moving into Q1 of 2025 and more stuff. There's just so much stuff to talk about, guys, and I'm going to keep dropping day-to-day videos to keep you guys updated on what you need to know. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, anything, drop it down below and let me know what you guys think. Other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.